Stream Elements says, Alpsimmer is now live. Streaming Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, MSFS 2024 F35B VTOL fun. Hold on tight.
Indeed, we are live. We are live. I made some tweaks based on Rex. Rex told me a couple of things to try, so we're going to try it on the big airliners and see how good it worked. Pretty good yesterday on a freeform with the Airbus. So now we're going to get a little bit deeper here. So let's see how it works out today. We're going to go Boeing. We're going to go Boeing, 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 Boeing. And we're going to go, I should try the 747 one of these times, but not today. We'll try the 777 later, but we're going to go 2 class PMDG. And we're going to go British Airways if we can. British Airways. Speedbird. God, we got a lot of... What? Don't tell me. Well, that's not good. Let's go back. Variations. High density. Libraries. I gotta have British in here. Nah, are you kidding me? Valiant. Single class. Library. I may have to change the flight plan. Bluebird, where's the British? Oh my god. Ugh. Let's pick a different airline. God darn it. Let's pick a different airline and then we'll... Jeez. Fly Dubai? Nah, we're not flying Dubai. KLM Royal Dutch. We're going to Germany. If we have Lufthansa, that would be cool. But don't even seem to have a Lufthansa. Mango, Norwegian. Ryanair. Yikes. Whoa. Bless me. Lots of Ryanair. What up is of the Scandinavian? Okay, Scandinavian. We may choose Scandinavian. We may. We don't want Turkish. We don't want it. All right, let's go Scandinavian. I've never done Scandinavian. SAS. But EGCC Manchester. Let's edit this flight. Alexa, what is the ICAO code for Scandinavian Airlines?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Let's ask Reliable Max. If Max comes up. For sure we know we're going to EDDF. EDDF. Frankfurt, Maine. We will be 12R. 12R. We're not using GSX anymore. We'll go 12R just in case there's no pushback. And Max is not functioning today. That's interesting. Let's turn everything else off. There she is. Hey Max, can you tell me the airline code for Scandinavian Airlines, SAS?
Of course, the airline code for Scandinavian Airlines, SAS, is SK. So whenever you see SK, that's their official IATA code.
What is the 3-letter code?
Good catch. The 3-letter airport code for Scandinavian Airlines, SAS, is actually SAS. So it's the same code in both contexts. Airline code and the airport prefix. If you need anything else clarified, just let me know.
Okie dokie. Alright, so we're going to fly Scandinavian today. SAS.
SAS usually has really good service, especially if you're going to or from Scandinavia. If you need any tips on the flight or the airports, just say the word.
Alright. 30,000 feet. Manchester to Frankfurt. Now let's take a look around because we did some tweaking. We did some tweakage. I mean, it looks pretty damn good. It looks pretty damn good. Alright, let's load up this flight plan. It wants us to go off of 5L today. Let's load up BATC and see what BATC says today. First, before we do that, let's check our frame rate. Alright, we're at 90. We're at 8 out of 10. We're at 8 out of 11. Alright, so if we fire up BATC, we'll go with BATC and Volanta if we can. Okay, BATC is not working. That's interesting. Let's give her a go. That's interesting. As soon as I went in, it made stairs available. Okay, I know why it did that. Alright, we're in the Boeing.
Beyond ATC connected.
Let's get rid of the frame rate for now. No frame rate for now. We're going to need camera options here because this is screwy. Alright, let's go overhead lower. And we are already on GPU. So let's go ahead and get that going. Ground tip. A lot more work to do on this plane than we've been doing the last couple of days. of hell. I'm disappointed that we didn't get to do British Airways. Let's go ahead and get this up here. And we don't need that yet. Not ready for hydraulics. We can get APU out of the way if we want to. Let's see, do we have a strobe? I'll give you a strobe. We'll fire up the APU just so we can get rid of the GPU. We're going to be cruising at 30,000. Let's set this to 31. And we don't know our arrival altitude, so we'll just call it 50 for now. APU's going up on EGT. What are you doing? GT. We're going to open up Volanta while it's doing that. Let's take a look real quick at we're going to check our FPS every now and then. That's so we're only up to 7 out of 10. So far everything's working pretty good. Let's go ahead and wait for it to come down. We've turned blue. Now we can release the ground power. We're on APU. We are on APU, heating gas. Alright, so good to go there. Let's go to the electronic flight bag. And let's check our flight. SAS 4409. EGCC to EDF to Frankfurt departure 30.33 on the altimeter. All of our stuff right there that we need. Okay, let's just leave that screen up. So 30.33. Let's go to FMC. No, excuse me. MCP. Take care of the ghosting? I hope it did. I'm hoping it did. I think it did. That rapid roll doesn't work. Still. Now let's go ahead and check with BAT, see what's going on. Okay, it won't be audio. Alright, 1 times 5 left. Squawk is 602. It's all good. Here.
TCAS test failed.
Wonder why.
TCAS test failed.
They must not have enough information in yet. Okay. Let's go back. It's a little more difficult on the Boeing. We can set that to RTO. We don't have any of our specs yet. So let's start running through this all. I wonder if we're in a new AIRAC cycle. Maybe we are. Let's go to pause in it. EDDF for our destination. Flight number SAS 4409. Runway will be 05 left. I don't think it'll take this. Oh, it took, okay. Flighty plan request. Sim brief. Set payload. Set fuel. Select route. Flight plan request. That is the proper sequence. Don't know why it wiped out 05 left. Pete, what are you doing over there? You eating something? What are you doing? Route uploading. Okay, let's go 05 left here. I don't know why it doesn't keep that. That's interesting. 5 left, activate, execute, copy route. Let's save. Confirm. Execute. Perfinite request. CI will be 66. Nice, everything took according to plan. Planned fuel. Here's our planned fuel. 15.7, 15.682. Yep. That's correct. Execute. Flight level will be 300, so we need to change that. And we'll go back to here. That all looks good. And let's go to our EFB performance page. Five left. aircraft, import from aircraft, import weather, 33.3, calculate, runway is 8,600 feet, so TO2 61, TO2, takeoff page, should be 5, flaps 5, and trim should be excuse me, not trim, center of gravity, CG will be 24.71. There it is. That's correct. Let's go next page. Heading is 51. Runway wind. We can actually do this. 80 at 13. Woody at 13 and 13. There's our 13, so we're good there. Let's look at the slope. Minus down 0.5. Invalid entry. See if this works. Yep, down 0.5. Back to index. Let's plug in our departure information. Left, and they told us we were on Desi 1S. Execute. Index arriving at Frankfurt. Frankfurt 7 left. Via Dixa 1D. Execute. Legs. Get rid of the vector. Germans like to use numbers. The Germans like to use numbers. Alright, there's our leggies. Let's run through it again. 432, 443, 450, 473. Alright, so 450 is our last one before runway 7 left. Let's get a good look at this on the MCP. We'll step it. Is our approach wind. So we'll make a right turn, 2 right turns. 43, 42, 41. Backwards. I see, so we're going to make a left. 41 for 243, 44. Decel at 454. For 70, 450. And in. Okay. That's interesting. A couple of right turns and a left. We can... TCAS is... Where's TCAS showing? Let's go down there. Let's have a look at that.
TCAS system test, okay.
Alright, so we passed TCAS now. Let's go back to the process. Route data, wind request. Load. I may have jumped the gun on this part. Legs, route data is filling in. Let's go here. Let's check it this way. Let's go wind request again. Load. Execute. Forecast ready. So our QNH at destination. .15. Let's load our winds. Descent winds are loaded. Back to legs. Route is complete. cruise at 300. Not going to plug any holds in. We'll do that on another flight. Fixes. At EDDF, we're going to want to go 5, 10, 15, and 90. Back to the Mon U. Let's go. And limit takeoff is now set. We know that this is 9,000 feet. Should be actually 90. Actually, it's 86. Let's look at that EFB. Yeah, it's 86. Let's plug it in the right way. Alrighty. We'll enter these for the moment and then check. 31, 32, 44. Incorrect. 37, 38, 39. 37, 38, 39. Trim is 4.49. .49 to 4.5. That's about right. Cell temp. .61. Of course it deleted its takeoff speeds. Of course it did. 37, 38, 39. Okay. Let's go EFP for the heading. Runway heading is 52. Takeoff speed 138. Flight directors on. Auto throttle on. VNAV on, LNAV on. Projected takeoff is set. Terrain, position, terrain, position. Traffic. We're just about ready, folks. We need to know our barrows. Let's do barrows here because it's not going to give it to us over there. Pledge. 7 left. Not sure why it didn't select. So 7 left. We're going to have a 5,000 foot ILS entry at 450, and our minimums will be 504. So let's go back. No ghosting, so the ghosting has been eliminated. That was a simple fix. See, there's Lufthansa. I wanted to fly Lufthansa today. .504 on the barrow set. Let's bring up Volante. FPS is still running magnificently. Let's see what happens when Volante opens up. 7.6. Wow. Sorry, Bob. Step on my doggy. 7.6. Import from SimBrief. Okay. Let's center on it and let's zoom in on it. We're still at 7.6. Okay, everything's running frickin' great. Let's get rid of the FPS. I'll do a little testing as we go. Alright, so our course for arrival, let's go back down to the FMC. And we'll get our approach info loaded in. We're going to go flaps 40. Approach will be 66 degrees, 110.3. degrees, 110.3. Adds a little bit of ghosting there. Still. Alright, radio panel. Set that with Y9 clear. ILS is set. Rudder trim is set. All looking good there. This is new. Passenger. Those don't function. Wing fouled. Let's go back into the cockpit. Charts. SIDS on the Desi. That's our Desi 1G takeoff. And I know it's 5,000 feet. Max 5,000. Climb straight ahead at or above 760, but not before DER intercept. MCTR 05, cross D12.0, MCT, outer marker at or above 4,000, max 5,000. Okay, so we're good to go there. I think we're ready, by George. Now let's start getting ready to go. We are on APU currently. Alright. Let's get things moving along here. Looks like our doors just closed. We need to operate the stairs. The stairs are leaving automatically. let's get back to the EFB and see if this works. So MC. Push you back. Standard L, turn nose right. Select tug. An error occurred. Face south, okay. Do we have a tug? We do now. So the PMDG tug does not want to work. Which is interesting.
Manchester ground. I'll be BOC Bravo Alpha Whiskey 4409er requesting pushback.
Brakes off. Take a moment here to make sure we are set.
Manchester ground. I'll be BC Bravo Alpha Whiskey 4409er requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right. Manchester ground. I'll be BC Bravo Alpha Whiskey 4409er requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Let's stop right there.
Manchester ground. I'll be BOC Bravo Alpha Whiskey 4409er requesting the end of pushback. Manchester ground. I'll be BOC Bravo Alpha Whiskey 4409er requesting pushback. Manchester ground. I'll be BC Bravo Alpha Whiskey 4409er requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left. Manchester ground. I'll be BOC Bravo Alpha Whiskey 4409er requesting the end of pushback.
Alright, we have our taxi instructions. We got this big boy waiting for us right here. As we do a little incursion here. Are looking really good. It's about an hour to this point on the cold and dark. Whoa. Ah, excuse me. So we have to use the simulator for pushback with PMDG because it doesn't seem to want to work. Make sure we have our settings properly here now. Seems that they're okay, but they're not set on the HOTUS. mean, it's looking pretty damn good with the new settings. That's pretty nice. Let's have a look at the frames. So we got a long taxi here. Frames are still 7.3 out of 11.2. Frame rate 85. Thanks, Rex. You made this happen pretty nicely. Ground looks okay. Not too much melted or apocalyptic shit going on. Knots out of 80. Requesting departure, SAS 4409. Line up and wait, SAS 4409. Okay for departure. Runway 5 left, SAS 449. This is good.
Positive recline.
Gear up. Toga's not engaging. That's interesting. 4000 by DO5. Slow climb out. Turbo is functional. Speed brake armed. I don't know, man. Shit's looking pretty good. Atlanta's up and running. The ATC is running. We're on the stream. Frame rate in the 80s. GPU usage is a magnificent. That's better. That's what I wanted to see. Here's our turn. 6 out of 11. 90. Yeah, we're running smooth now. We're running smooth. 66 for our course. 52 on the heading. Speed is already set. We're on auto thrust. Projected takeoff is unchanged to auto brake level 3. LNAV VNAV functional. And we're heading to our second waypoint right now, which is LNOD. Reset MCP altitude. Okay, they want us to climb to 150. It sucks that we can't hear BATC when using the PMBG product. Altitude intervention. Level 150. Climbing to 150 from 5,000. Speedbird 4409. Speedbird 449. Or SAS 449. So BATC did not recognize that. And we're on our way to Frankfurt. Frankfurter. Getting almost due east, it looks like. Frame rates are great. GPU is great. We'll turn that off. God, Rex, thanks Rex, man. You You helped a lot. Not sure what this will look like when we do some close to the ground flying. We turned off the photogrammetry and all of the ultras except for the clouds. I may have to put some music on. Let's do some views. Let's take a look at the views. Looks like Passenger 1A or 2B. But those are non-functional. I guess none of that shit works. Let's have a look at her. A little quieter this way. Sure did start the clock. Let's go to the overhead and make sure everything is okay. A little bit of ghosting there. Ah, it all looks pretty good. Yeah, everything is good. Nominal, as they say. So one V. Yeah, the Dixo 1D approach is kind of weird. We got 10 miles to get to 10,000. Excuse me, 2 miles. We're definitely not where we need to be. Speed is correct. 9,700. showing 9,600. No, it's not. It's adjusting here. Altitude's not really climbing that much, which is kind of interesting. Everything's properly set. I don't think I have a speed breakout. $9,600. 4,000 feet low. Huh. Chicka. Not really climbing. Chicka. It's a little intervention here. Vertical speed plus 950 should really set to 1,000. 3 miles to get us to 10,000. Go to V now, but cuts it back. ghosting. Let's set the MCP. For cruise altitude. Why that's off. That could be the problem right there. Auto throttle was off. Really climbing. Now we're over the channel. No, we're not over the channel. We're over some big inlet. Called the Wash. But we are climbing. Finally. So auto throttle was off. That's interesting. Airspeed 310-ish. Way up to 300. Let's have a look at our rates with everything running now. We got Volanta running, we have SimBrief, BATC, OBS. Looking real good. 6.4 out of 11. A frame rate of 90. 85 to 90. So that's pretty freaking good. Let's go outside and look. Welcome to the stream. As usual, we're testing stuff. We're tweaking. We're always tweaking and testing on this stupid stream. God darn it. think we got it figured out. We may have had it figured out today. Let's climb to 300. We're almost ready to go to standard here in a moment. On the altimeter. Scandinavian Airways. Flight 4409, speedbird 4409. From Manchester, let's go to standard now. A little adjustment there. I think we're okay. Let's look at the backup. That's all looking good. Climbing at a decent rate. 300. Our ILS entry will be at 5,000. That's weird. We're going to have to drop 5,000 feet pretty quickly.
A Beaver Cleaver says, "Hey, hope you are doing well."
Hey, Beaver Cleaver. Hope you are doing well. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with music because I got dinged by YouTube or Twitch or somebody for content. And I know, I listen to my other streamer buddies and they have content music. I don't know where to go or what to do with it. But everything's running smoothly here. If you're still on, I'll show you. Are you still there? This looks pretty damn good here.
A Beaver Cleaver says, "Can look into it."
Yeah, look at these rates now. I did some tweaking. I don't know if you've been listening to the stream, but I was on with Rex Files a morning or two ago and chatting with him, and he gave me a couple of ideas, which I did. I implemented, so you can see now my GPU usage is running about 6.2 to 11.2. It's about 50%. My frame rates are great. Did not lose any image quality. I wish I could figure out how to set these to keys, to key bind these views. That's something you could look into. I like to be able to just hit 1, 2, 3, 4 and not pull up this drop down. Here we are flying over lovely old England. I don't know why that shadow is shifting right there for no reason. We're not turning. Are we turning? We may be. No, we're not turning, but the shadow keeps on shifting. That's bizarre. Just little adjustments. I guess that shadow does move. Must be from the winglets. I don't know where that shadow is coming from. I'm interested to know that and how to do some key bindings for all of my individual views. That's going to require somebody with a little bit more intelligence than me. And so what is new with you? Almost time for my med check. Actually, it's past time for my med check. Got bleeding money in the stock market today. Holy shit. I'm bleeding money.
Jewelry and bits, and he suddenly hears this voice. Jesus is watching you. He looks around. Must have imagined it. So he carries on, more jewelry, necklaces and all that.
It's a
in his
burglar.
bag, you know, and he hears the voice again.
A Beaver
Jesus
Cleaver says,
is
make
watching
me a
you.
list and we can look into it
So he
later.
gets his torch, he flashes around, and there's a bird cage there. And there's a parrot in it. He said, that was you, wasn't it? And the parrot says, yes, it was. He said, what's your name? And the parrot says, Moses. He starts laughing, he can't help himself. He says, what kind of family would call their pet parrot Moses? And the parrot says, the same kind of family that calls their Rottweiler Jesus. There's this burglar, and he breaks into...
Yeah, his Rottweiler's name is Jesus. So here's the list. I don't have a... Well, I can text it to you. What we just talked about, which was music content. And what was the other thing? Oh, key binding my views. Like, instead of having to pull down the camera view, like some of them are already there. Okay, so like throttle, but you can't do it from my joystick anymore with PMDG. It has to be some... There may be existing key bindings, I don't know. But as you can see, overhead lower, overhead upper. I like to be able to just push like L for lower, U for upper, P for PFD, E for EFB, J for jump seat, W, F for window forward, or whatever. You know what I'm saying. M for MCP, that's main control panel. And so on and so forth. But yeah, the content, if I can play content, but it has to be my own. Okay, something happened there. We just hit 30,000. That's good. You know, somewhere over the channel. Almost at 30. I have any control over this music volume. It can play my own stuff. Yeah, I guess I can do it out of my phone. This is my own music, though. Here's a new one. I don't know. You can hear the music. Probably it's a little loud. Let me know what the level's like. I guess I could just get away with playing my own stuff like this. Just promote my own music, which I normally do. This is on SoundCloud. We're at 30,000. We're going to set our level now to 5,000. That'll be our ILS entry. Bobby. Puppy dog. You can hear the music in the headphones. He digs it. He digs the music in the headphones. I think I can hear it pretty good. That was a new one. See you on Wednesday. Let's just go through the AL library, I guess. I don't have any other, I don't know how to get to any other content. So I pay for it. I really don't want to do. Where are we? Where bloody are we? On the way to Frankfurt? On the way to bloody Frankfurt. Let's expand the Volanta cam and minimize VATC. Oh, and how to get YouTube videos or other stuff up on the screen. Go do a quick med break, so I'll be right back. Let's take a look over the top of descent is first. 109 miles to descent. Okay. So if I go to jump seat mode, I can move around the cabin. Interesting. I'll be right back. like we're going to have a little evening descent. I think we're getting pretty close to top. It should happen by itself. I shouldn't have to do anything. Miles. That predicts it. That predicts it. It'll start to go down automatically. Copy? Do it. There's a 90-mile ring coming up. Alright, let's bring the ATC back up. Alright, there's our landing instructions. Star will be Dix L1D. 454 transition. We already know 450 is the flying rate. Seven left, still good. We're just going to follow our plan. can see TD here. I know TD is coming up. After Dixit. 14 miles, we should be hitting it. Should be hitting it. Let's let him know. Speedboard 449 approaching our top of descent. Descend to flight level 260, speedboard 449. Let's go ahead and get our ILS entries in. On 10.3. Little ghosting there still. On 10.3. I don't know why it's still doing that. That's interesting. It said something that had to do with the LO. I don't know what the LO is.
I told you once and I told you twice.
There's a little turn. The first of many. TD just ahead. Yeah, TD's within 10 miles, that's for sure. Oh no.
If I can't stay, feeling like I do today, there's too much pain, too much sorrow. I guess I'll feel the same tomorrow.
I think we're over Germany. There goes our descent. Just started. We're going all the way down. We're not going to follow steps from BATC. I don't trust it yet. I'll have to do that offline first. Off stream, I should say. Okay, you can see we're right on profile there. And ECAS. Oh no. Ooh. I think this means that's where the airport is. Alright, good. We're doing fine. I'm gonna grab some water. Alright. Let's hydrate a little bit. I haven't been on for a few days, so tweaking the system, tweaking the simulator. This is looking good. It's not ghosting. Let's look at the PFD. PFD is not really ghosting that much, just a little bit. Just a little. Just a wee little bit. We've got some pretty interesting turns coming up here for the approach. Let's have another look at that. Yikes, that's a little much. Let's have a look here from this bold view. So we got a left turn into Ospo, and a right, and a right at 439. A right turn at 439, a left turn at 444. And it kind of does look like that. And then in. Okay, so we got a left, a right, a right, a left, a left. Crazy. Right now we should be at, we're at 15,000, but we should be at 13 and 7 miles. We'll be okay. We're with the plan. We're with the plan. Let's see how the clouds are looking. I did leave the clouds still on ultra. again in a couple of days. Please one for me. Or let time speak. Oh, it will seem I'm lost again. It's a pretty cool song. On the telephone, feels so long, I'm lost again. I think that's the airport right in front of us. Frankfurt. Frankfurt, you mean schnell. Almost ready for flaps 1. Cool, yeah. That's showing me on track. We're almost ready for flaps 1, wow. Flaps 1, baby. Well, I can't get dinged for content now. I'm playing all my own shit. I'm playing all my own shit. Recorded, written, produced by yours truly. So fuck you, content police.
Say goodbye when the sun goes.
Little turnage coming up here.
Road ahead is in my mind. Make this bed final time.
Right part.
night is clear. I wanna go. Stay there.
Another hard right coming up.
Moon is low. Mountains high. It's hard, I know. Don't ask me why. We'll
I think we can go to flaps 1 now, huh?
when the sun goes down. I'll say goodbye.
Probably could go flaps 2. Maybe even 3. Drag required. Drag required. Let's have a look in the window seat.
As I did walk my hands in fair, it was a goose. So I turned her loose. She was screaming. And a foreign student said to me, was it really? There were elephants and lions.
What's our speed supposed to be? There, 165. It's supposed to be a 240. We're not supposed to be this low yet.
Walking down by the bathing pond, try to catch some sun.
Take some flaps off.
Must have been 100 schoolgirls sobbing in their handkerchiefs as one. I don't believe they knew
Airspeed low.
I was a schoolboy. And immediately it said to me, if you start your race and you're misbehaving, you'll be sorry.
We're okay. We're okay.
And the chicken found
Probably went flaps early.
which is long and weak. And his sister, she cried sorry. Walking down by the bathing pond to try to catch some sun. Must have been 100 schoolgirls sobbing in their handkerchiefs as one. I don't believe they knew I was a schoolboy.
Right part. Hey Max, which river runs through Frankfurt, Germany?
Hey, the river that runs through Frankfurt, Germany is the Main River. It's actually a pretty significant river in that region and a major tributary of the Rhine.
A tributary of the Rhine. The Main River. big lefty coming up here. Speed's at 182. We're actually going to go to flaps here at the turn. Apparently we're not ready for flaps. So no way had a VNAV disconnect there. That's interesting. I'm thinking off standby. Don't know what the 30.18. Should have taken off standard a long time ago. So far so good. And another turn coming up for 5,000 right here. Let's see if we're supposed to be at 5,000. Coming up on 444. Yeah, we're a little low. Shows us a little low here. Return. I think we're supposed to be at flaps full. Let's have a looky. Do some reserve fuel up or whatever. Only at 4130. That's 4130. We're in the zone, we can do it. Another lefty coming here. Oh. 9 minutes to landing. Cabin crew prepare for arrival. 9:15, we got 26 miles. So we're about 26 miles out right now. A little low. A little too early for ILS. Airport in sight. I don't know why that just appeared. To do that. Feet. That's a pretty steep at 450, so we're at 450, so we should be on it. We're on it. Let's go to approach. Full flaps. Backed off a little bit. That guy. Miles out. I guess we could, yeah, we're a little far off the flat for landing gear. There we go. ILS is captured. Alright, we can drop flaps now. ILS has been captured. Runway in sight. What the fuck is this? I don't want the widgets. We can get rid of ammo. Still on profile.
$2,500.
Looking good.
$1,000.
Alright, here we go, folks. No stutters, everything's smooth. That's great. Too white, too red, perfect.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
curious to see what the Volanta numbers were.
Guess this is it, baby. Reality has hit home hard. You don't need to put it off anymore. Just turn away and walk out that door. You thought you had it all figured out, but baby, you just don't know what love's about. It's time for me to spend some time alone. I'm tired of trying to make this your happy home.
Well, it'll be interesting if we're at a gate that's already occupied. And follow it on BATC here. As usual, they're parking me way out in the middle of fucking nowhere. They're supposed to represent. Probably supposed to be light poles there, I guess. We're in the back end of this fucking airport. Frankfurt! 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 by the fuel tanks. Holy shit. What the fuck? Well, the airport's looking pretty damn good, though. I mean, look at that. Trucks parked back there. I guess these are supposed to be street lights, but there's no poles attached. There's an empty hotel. Or something. Lufthansa's. That's the Lufthansa area. God, the sim just functioned flawlessly here today. Let's work. Yeah, 7 out of 12. I mean, that's what it was the whole flight. The only thing I didn't have on was FSLTL. We ran BATC, Beyond Air Traffic Control. We ran Volanta. We ran SimBrief, OBS. I did not run the injector at the FSLTL. The only thing we didn't run. Music's streaming over from the phone. The taxi ribbons will change now. Maybe. Following BATC. Nice. That guy was a dick. This is a typical European airport where we have to do this fucking rigmarole to get to a gate. A lot going on in the ground. Frame rates in the 60s. I'm going to keep this on just so I can see what it's doing. A lot of Lufthansa in here. We're up to 8. So ground scenery's getting a little more complicated. 8 out of 10 and a half. Back down to 7. Frame rate in the 60s. We're good. What is with these guys? Yeah, it's an occupied gate. Son of a bitch. Frankfurt ground, request another gate. This is SAS 4409. Frankfurt ground, that gate is occupied, SAS 4409. Okay, this is typical PMDG bullshit going on here now. So we got fucked by BATC and PMDG here at the end. PMDG won't move. Brakes are off. I guess this is where we ended, because we don't have a gate anyway. Ay, ay, ay. let's get our landing rate. Let's close out the ATC now. We're not going to be able to park anywhere because we're dead in the water. Don't know why. Did they put chocks on me, or what the fuck did they do? No fucking chocks on me. And this asshole's gonna go through me. That's good. Dipshit. Yeah, okay. I don't know why she won't move. Brake is off. I guess we're not going to be able to do cold shutdown either. We're not getting a gate. So yeah, that's fucked. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's some fucked up shit right here. Some fucked up sim shit. It's not the sim though. I think it's PMDG. Alright, let's kill some stuff here. We're going to end this flight and I got to get some food. Alright. Let's go ahead and shut down. Come on, god damn. Yikes. Oh my god. Malfunctions. External power, please. Guess I never turned them on. Alright, well that shuts this son of a bitch down. Yeah, well this is at the end. Let's do a quick review of the We're manual at the end. We were manual on landing. Anything below 300 is good for me. Oh my god, that sucks. 452, 1G, 1.08. Alright, it is what it is. 452. There you have it. Stream ending. Have a great day.